Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place to find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today it's time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations with the Biz Chicks. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So we hope that you will take part in today's conversation. Sit back, relax, hydrate. I've got my water here. I hope you've got your coffee, tea, or beverage of choice this morning and are ready to engage. We are so happy to have you here. We want to give a shout out to all of you watching live and those of you who are in the clubhouse, those of you who are on the replay. We just want to say thank you for your time and for your participation. With that, we want to get this party started. How you doing this morning, Fran?
I'm good.
Good.
Um, when I was thinking about this after we talk about different things, um, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Two main focuses of the coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations today. The main conversation, well, the first thing I wanted to mention, I got this revelation over the weekend on Saturday. Hashtag walk before you work. Walk before you work. Take a walk, get out there and get some fresh air
Mhm.
and do all of that before you begin your workday. Um, I know like some people like to work out in the evening and the afternoon, and that's okay. But many times we won't ever get to our exercise or our fresh
Mhm.
air or anything when we the first thing after we jump up and we hit the computer or we start making phone calls or whatever. Make walking before work non-negotiable. Hashtag walk before work. Just take 20 minutes, get out in the fresh air. If you know it's pouring down and the weather is not cooperative, then walk in the house, but get in a walk before you work. That's the tip, health tip for Monday morning. Okay, so our conversation today is what about your friends? I'm hearing, is that TLC that made that song? What about your friends? Will they be around? Will they bring you down? What about your friends? I probably should go find it and try and play it. But what about your friends?
Mhm. Mhm.
Our friends are key for the success of our lives and of our business. We need friends. And okay, I know there's a whole solopreneur thing, and people think, oh, I don't need to have anybody. I can do this by myself. No, you need some friends, but you got to have the right type of friends. So today we're going to challenge you to automate, not automate, audit your friends. Are
Mhm.
they taking you where you want to go in your business or in your personal lives? Are they helping you get to your goals? And so we have four categories of friends. And Terry, if I miss one, you can fill me in. Um, the first one are your wise friends. You need some friends that have some wisdom about where it is that you want to go. Don't hang around no foolish people with shenanigans and foolish, what is it, foolery? Anyway, stuff that,
Tomfoolery.
huh?
Tomfoolery.
Right. Don't be hanging around no foolish people.
Mhm.
You know, they talk about you're going to become like the people you hang with. And they say your five closest people, whatever. Whoever you hang around, you will start acting like. So
Mhm.
hang around some people who are wise. So you want wise friends. Then you want some brilliant friends. People who
Mhm.
are smart, make smart decisions. Because there's a difference between being wise and being smart. Because some people who are smart are not wise.
Mhm.
So you need to have some smart friends as well. and they'll help you with some stuff. Maybe you don't have a skill set for math or English or some other thing that is not your A game. Find yourself some brilliant friends. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then find yourself some fit friends. I'm talking about me. I need to stop hanging out with the people who hang out at the buffet.
Mm-hmm. We got, Mark says, I have studied my friends and
He said,
most
I've
are
audited.
pardon me, I have audited my friends and most are receiving a notice of unpaid balances with interest attached. I feel you, Mark. And then Cecilia says, birds of a feather flock together. Mm-hmm.
Right. So find yourself some fit friends, friends
Mm-hmm.
that are going to help you take a walk in the morning or encourage you to exercise or kind of, your friends check you on some stuff
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you allow it. Can they talk to you? So get some fit friends around you and then some wealthy friends. Stop
Mm-hmm.
hanging around broke people. Okay, I did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Stop hanging around the broke people because you will be broke. You pick
Because
up you pick up people's ways. You pick up their habits and the way that they do things, and it's subtle. And
what
people always talk about stuff doesn't happen by osmosis. Actually, it does. You start working in a circle, or you're working in a realm. You begin to pick up the vibe of the room. What is that? The herd mentality.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're leading a herd, then okay, you definitely need to work on some stuff. But there's this thing where you kind of do what the people in the room are doing or what you think should be done.
Mm-hmm.
So
They say also that you make within 5% of the income of the people that you associate with. So if you're associating with broke folks, that's an issue you might want to revisit.
right. And the people that you're hanging with, and it's not to say that you won't help them or not talk to them. You're just not going to be you're just not going to hang out in that arena
Mm-hmm.
for any length of time. This could include family who don't understand your purpose, who don't understand you, don't get you. Hi, love you, see you at Thanksgiving maybe, and then you continue on going wherever you need to go, but you're not going to hang with broke folks.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to just sit around um, just sitting around.
Wasting time,
Oh, don't
sitting
go.
on the dock of the bay.
Oh my gosh, that song is so interesting
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't have any friends that were brilliant or wise, because they would have told him, get up off this dock, dude. You got some stuff that you can
Can't
come.
do what rich people tell me to do. So I guess I'll remain the same,
Mm-hmm.
sitting here resting my bones. You know, you have to put your hand to something if you want to succeed.
Right. And so if your friends are hanging out, and you can see this too, you can the kids hanging out on the corner,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they all now if they're coming up with a song and then they become famous because got a song, maybe that's different. But if they
When they
just
were working on something on that corner.
right,
Mm-hmm. Mark has a comment here too. When you're
Mark
ready
got
for
jokes this morning.
it. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see.
To get into my circle now, you must submit financials, references, background check, cash deposit, and perform 2 contrasting monologues and 16 bars of an up-tempo song.
Right.
I know he's joking.
But you need some criteria.
Right. Have some standards. Like, you just don't get to come talk to me. And sometimes we want to poo-poo those who are wealthy, like they just don't talk to people. Well, no, they don't talk to certain people. Or shall I say,
Mhm.
they don't hang around certain people.
Because you can get in those rooms, especially on Clubhouse and different places. You can get in the room with wealthy people, and when you get in the room with wealthy people, you can hear a wealthy conversation.
Right.
Good morning, Coach Karen.
And you can hear, that's the cool thing about Clubhouse, right?
Mhm.
You're in the room, you hear the language, um, you hear the thought, the school of thought that is
Mhm.
going on, where you can actually sit in the room and change your mindset just by sitting in the room. Not by you
Mhm.
talking, you don't have to say a word, but just by you hearing the stories, hearing the success, hearing stories of success. So you're hearing all of this, and it's causing you to change your mind. I was
Mhm.
listening at something over the weekend, and our thoughts, it's pretty much, we came here, when we arrived on planet Earth, born, the day we were born, we began to be programmed.
Mhm.
When we first got here, babies have no programming. They don't have any negative connotation. They are not self-confident. They are not self-conscious.
Mhm.
Babies come here with zero. It's like a computer that has nothing on it.
They come with a clean slate. Mhm.
And the babies would, if I used to do this with my children. When they fell down, I didn't go, oh my God, oh no, you're gonna be. I just like, okay, get up. Why? Because they pick up the mannerisms and the school
Mhm.
of thought from the environment that they're in. They pick up fear if I'm fearful. They'll pick up lack and brokenness if I always act, "Ooh, girl, we ain't got no money." If I keep doing that, I'm programming that into my kids.
Mhm.
Now I might have got the programming too, but at some point, I need to get new information if I'm having a problem. Hey,
And
Carla.
that's why being in the room with other conversations, making friends with people who have different experiences, that are wealthy experiences, that are fit experiences, that are willing to share their brilliance. All of those things, you now have access to them that we didn't have before, that the generations before us didn't have before. We can be at the table simply because we own a phone. We can come to the table through podcasts and broadcasts like this and all of these things. Because Coach Karen says, because listening is more important. Now,
Right.
I was interested in what is a true friend and how do I know if someone is a true friend? And there were some characteristics that were listed over here on friendships, socialpronow.com. They have a section called Relationships, Friendships, Improving Friendships. And it says a true friend makes you feel good, accepts you for who you are, uh, makes you a better person. They'll call you out on your stuff. They're honest, they're trustworthy. They will at times share some personal, intimate things with you. Apologizes when they hurt you. Because they care about your feelings. Um, they want to do stuff that you both like. A friendship has some mutual interests. They support you. They listen to you, respect you. It says they're interested in your life. If the friend is always only talking about themselves all the time, hmm, might want to, that might be a red flag for, let's mix this up a little bit. A friend keeps in touch with you. And I am so guilty of this because I am not a touchy feely person as far as, you know, keeping in touch with people. Even my only sibling, I call them very rarely. And I have to actually schedule myself to keep in touch because it's just something that doesn't come naturally for me. Um, they make you feel included. So, a lot of times when you are in these rooms and they are talking to you, you're in this room because you feel like, okay, I am included in this conversation. Today, we want to include you in the conversation. That's why we reach out to you in these forums. A friend doesn't judge you, doesn't deliberately hurt your feelings. If you got something going on with someone and every time you're around them, you're the butt of the joke, that might be a problem. Especially if you tell them this, please don't do that. It doesn't make me feel good. And then it continues. You may want to check that. A friend makes you laugh and laughs with you. Is happy for you when something good happens to you. Have you ever seen anybody get upset? You tell them, oh, you know what? This fantastic thing happened to me. Like, oh, wow. Yep. And they don't tell jokes at your expense. Um, and a friend will tell you when you have accidentally hurt them because you know it's a safe place and you can share that with them. They tell you when you're wrong. Oh my gosh. A friend forgives you, doesn't just talk about themselves. A friend is dependable. Your friendship is important to both of you. They don't feel like they're in a competition with you. And a true friend is not perfect. If you're unsure if someone, are you unsure if someone is a true friend or not? Describe your friend in relationship in some detail to yourself and sort of assess, how, how true is this thing you got going?
So I heard it said like this one time.
Mm-hmm.
A friend will help you move, and a
But
real friend will help you move a body.
mhm. Yes.
Just saying. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
I guess so, huh? So all we're saying is to look at your friend, look at the type of friends you have.
Mhm.
Wise friends, brilliant friends, fit friends, wealthy friends, because the company you keep is who you will become.
Mm.
Just like when we were children, we became we are a direct reflection of our environment. So as adults, we get to choose who's around us. When we were born into that environment. We didn't get to choose our parents, but when you became grown and you can do it on your own, you can now make different choices. You don't have to stay sad and lonely and depressed and broke. You don't have to stay that way. You can make a different friend. You can choose the people that are going to help you get where you want to
Mhm.
go.
Mhm.
And Mark has a comment. He says, not helping anyone move. He says, not helping anyone move. I will contribute to the GoFundMe for the movers.
Let's talk about the bodies.
No, he's talking about movers, just
Oh,
in
like just
general,
moving, like if you're
moving
moving from
furniture.
apartment to
I'm
apartment.
with you, Mark. I'm not painting. I'm not moving. I
Mhm.
will write a check. Just I'm with the paying
Yeah.
for helping them pay.
And
I will help you.
that's a different form of help.
Right.
You
I
know what I
will
mean?
write
But
a
it's
check.
still helping. Yes.
So
Okay. Coach Karen says that's why I love the Montessori school for kids and their beginning growth period because they're programmable. I think when
and
you were talking about.
we need to be programmed that it's okay to prosper. We need to
Mhm.
be programmed because some reason there was this gap between what we are programmed and the life that we're living. Well, it's not a gap, it's a direct relationship. You can tell where you are and what you've been programmed for if you just audit your life right now. You can, it may not be pretty, but you can fix it. That's the cool thing. It doesn't have to stay this way. If you're broke, you don't have to stay broke. You just need to get around people who have information that will change broke. And where is that? You can find it on Clubhouse. You can find it here. You can find it with many other people that we associate with here. You don't have to stay broke. You don't have to stay frustrated. You don't have to, oh, I don't know what to do in my business. You don't have to be confused. There are people here to help you, but you have to be ready for the help. And a lot of the things that we need to do is just by changing our association. We don't need to hang out with people who are snarky and mean and whatever. You just kind of, like Cecilia said, birds of a feather flock together. I'm gonna say this: eagles don't fly in flocks. Eagles are if you're soaring like an eagle, you're not gonna have a whole lot of friends either. You can't handle 10,000 friends on Facebook. Maybe that's why they cap it at 5. You can't even handle 5,000 friends on Facebook. How can you be a good friend in the characteristics that Terry laid out when you have 5,000 of them? Not to say that you have to disconnect from all those people. I'm just saying you need to be mindful of who you're following and who's following you, because they're speaking into your ears. They're speaking into your life, and whatever going into your ears gets down into your heart, and it becomes evident in your life. So if you don't like the life that you have, and if I don't like the life that I have, I need to audit my friends and audit where I've been hanging out. Dr. Tachi and Ann is over here. So we really need to take a look. And then Mark has another comment. He says, you need to become aware of the paradigm in which you are functioning. How have you created it, and be reconditioned for the life that you desire? I like that. You need to recondition. It's like doing a remodel on a house. I took some clients out over the weekend, and we walked in this house. I was like, oh my gosh, they have not done any updates at all. Everything was wood. 60s, 70s, 70s. I think it was the wood era with the brown and yellow flowered wallpaper and wood and orange carpets. And I was like, okay. But they were stuck in that era. And they were okay with it. And I'm okay. That's your float your boat. But when you got ready to sell that house, that's not what people are looking for any longer. But are we stuck in an era? Are we stuck in an era where it says where you can't, I was reading another book, and the lady in the book was talking about how women, and this is Women's Month, how women, it was the 1970s, 76, before a woman could buy property on her own without the help of somebody else, without the help of a male figure. I was like, say what?
It hasn't been that long.
1976. And I remember my mother-in-law saying she had to have her brother-in-law go with her to be able to purchase a home. I was like, seriously?
And I bought my first home in the 70s, and my brother went with me. And I don't know if it was necessary, but he was walking me through the process anyway, because it was just he and I.
Right. But the bankers and stuff, they were looking, well, where's your husband? How about
I had that experience when I went to get furniture. The people would not deal with me, even though I was working every day, had a master's degree.
And the money to pay for it.
And was working for the government, so you were going to get paid. So you had job security. I don't know what to deal with.
Well, we've come a long way. Um, but that
Maybe I
was
just needed better friends.
could be.
Because I'm sure if I'd had some wealthy friends walking to the bank with me, that would not have been an issue.
Now we get to make different choices. Dr. Tachi,
Mhm.
did you want to weigh in?
I'm just sitting back and listening. This is interesting.
It is
Mhm.
very interesting. Talking about your friends, and was it TLC that came out with that song? What about your friends? I am not going to sing.
TLC.
Yes, I'm not singing. I'll stay in my lane.
Mhm.
But what about your friends? Are they helping you get where you want to go? The people that you surround yourself with. Notice it's that you surround yourself with, because you get to determine. I guess you can pick them up by default if you don't tell them to go away. I remember
Mhm.
Miles Monroe said something. He said, "Wrong people do not leave your life voluntarily."
Oh, whoa. That's interesting.
You have to make the decision. I had to do that with one person. They were always late, and I'm trying to go someplace, and they would, oh, can we go here? Oh, can we go there? And wanted me to take them. And I'm getting annoyed and perturbed. And it dawned on me it was my fault,
Mm.
because I'm sitting up there taking them everywhere and like, nope, if you ain't ready by whatever time, I'm sorry, I can't give you a ride. And I was
Mhm.
feeling like I was obligated to do some things for people. And I was like, no, I do not have to do this.
Mm.
Luana, Coach Karen says Miles Monroe told no lies. And
Mm.
Luana says, I remember when they asked if you planned on having more children or who would take care of them when they were sick.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. And I remember in the 80s, I went to buy some. Oh, no, in the 90s, I went to buy a car. Oh my gosh! And they wouldn't even talk to me. This is not that long ago. I, anyway, and then
It was
Mark,
interesting.
I was like, really? And I had worked for the Human Relations Commission, so I knew what the law was. I'm like, are we really having this conversation with several different car dealers?
And
I had
and
a situation where the man disappeared and never came back.
mm,
I was there with several friends too, ready to buy a car. Oh, okay.
Mark
Anyway.
says, Mark says more of my clients are female versus male. Women are generally more open and receptive to help. There are many issues of societal conditioning that are specific to the female experience, unconscious and deeply embedded. And he is so right about that. People, they haven't changed their minds too much lately.
And a lot of this conditioning is necessary for survival under the different circumstances and decades.
Oh, it used to be.
Hmm.
Okay, because right now I'm like, I don't think I need your help that much.
Hmm.
And like certain male figures of a certain age can help you get into particular
Condition.
places and open doors for you. And okay, it's really been interesting. I got a couple of comments over here. Anne says, I keep my circle small. And
Hmm.
Carlos Phoenix said, good morning. This is over
Morning, Carlos. How you doing?
on Clubhouse. Lashonda and Dr. Tachi are there. So we have got to audit your friends, audit my friends, and make
Hmm.
sure they're helping me go where I need them to go, where I need to go. Oh, and here's the flip side. Am I helping my friends get to where they need to go?
There you go.
Am
They
I
are I
being
a good friend.
Dr. Tachi?
Hmm.
Yeah, this is interesting because I was just having this conversation last night. So whether it's physical friends or social media friends, those are two important things. Are they helping you get where you want to get? Are you helping them
Mm-hmm.
get where they want to get? I think also um, you have to evaluate whenever you get a call from them or are contacted by them, is it always about helping them? Do they even say good morning, how are you doing before they have a request? And because in this age of social media, we tend to have so many people that we're connected to, not always necessarily friends, but just people we're connected to. Sometimes you may not take stock to see who's actually a friend and who is actually someone of influence in your circle that is helpful and who is somebody who's always taking, because it can be draining. I know one thing for me, I can't stand when people are always, I may not talk to them all the time, like they'll, and then they pop up with some request. Thank you, good morning, I'm fine. That type of thing. But you don't think about it because, especially if I'm the type of person that I'm very helpful. So I like to offer help where I can. But then you have to sit back and say, am I always only offering help to this person? In other words, do I only ever talk to them when they need something? Are they only contacting me when they need something? And at that point, you have to evaluate, do I need this relationship? So whether that's social media or whether that's people you know in real life.
Correct. Thank you. And Mark says, it's also important to ask for what you need. Don't be quick to punish without providing opportunity. Do not assume that they know. They can say no, but ask if you wish to receive. Okay. I like that because we're on both sides of the spectrum. Am I asking? Am I receiving? Am I playing? Am I a good friend? And am I a good friend, or am I being a good friend, and do I have friends that are good to me? Does that make sense?
Yes. And one of the reasons why you may not know if you have good friends is because we are, in many cases, conditioned not to receive. The friend is trying to help us, trying to support us. And we're like, oh, no, I'm okay. It's all good. Come on, people. Let a friend be a friend.
Right. That's good. Hashtag let a friend be a friend. We really need to just sometimes sit back and evaluate. It's spring, so let's do some spring cleaning of our social. I was going to say social media, but yes, that too. Do we really, are we associating with are the people in my social media pages really helping me, or is it just a bunch of people I don't know, haven't talked to, and maybe I need to reach out and talk to them, see how they're doing. But just taking an audit of the people who I'm associated with. Coach Karen says, yep, I remember having
that.
I got that one.
Oh, okay.
Karen says, yep, I remember having to walk away from that kind of scenario a few times that Dr. Tachi described. And she is a giver. And it's interesting, when you're a giver, people tend to want to pull, oh, she'll give. And okay, you got to have some balance. I think this is a really good conversation. And
Mark says this is often another noted difference in genders. Men will more often ask without hesitation. Women will also often feel that it's selfish and inappropriate.
Yeah, we talked about selfish and why you need to be selfish. Not just as a woman, but in general, you do need to be selfish. And we're not talking about arrogant selfish. We're talking about taking care of yourself, selfish, so that you can help someone else. So what about your friends? Will they be around? Will they? Okay, can't remember all the lyrics, but go listen to it on it, because it was a really interesting song. On that they came out. What about your friends? Are they going to take you where you want them? where you want to go, or are they going to keep you down?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is our conversation for this Monday morning, and the first Monday of spring. Hopefully it's warming up and things are blossoming for you wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in with us here on Clubhouse and on bizchicks.live, on all of our live channels. We appreciate your time with us. And Terry, any final comments, or anybody else have any final comments?
I would just say to lean in to those places and networks where you do have the support, because it's not always about taking. That same conversation I had yesterday, we just talked about the community that we're involved with. It's like how giving and how diehard they are. You don't ask for stuff and they're like right there. And like Mark said, you definitely have to ask, but it feels like this group is intuitive, where they're like, okay, what do you need? So it's always helpful to put yourself around those types of groups where, because of the type of relationship you have,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to ask. They know intuitively what needs to be done. And rather they ask you, how can I help you?
Wow. So we're going to remind you to get some wise friends, some brilliant friends, some fit friends, and some wealthy friends. Surround yourself with the people that's going to take you where you need to go. Oh, and you can be a friend in the Biz Chicks community. You can go to bizchicks.live. And if you have a phone and you're out and about, you can just text B-I-Z to 33777 and join the Biz Chicks community. We're on Discord as well. All of our, wherever we're at, you're able to join us all over, on just about every platform. So join BizChicks, text BIZ to 33777, or just go to bizchicks.net and become a part of the community. You can join in. We want to hear from you, your input. If you have articles or things that you are writing and you've got things to share them in that community, because we need your genius. We need each other. We need all of the Eagle chicks to get together and let's do some things. Okay? bizchicks.net. Thank you so much for your allowing us this few moments of your time this morning. Man, be sure to take the hassle out of your hustle and build a profitable business that's fun to run. And Terry?
We just want to thank you for coming into the conversation today and being so engaged with us. We love it when we have an opportunity to hear from you. So we want to remind you it's okay to be successful in your business and go to the front of your own line. Tomorrow we will be talking with Terry Johnson online everywhere. Wednesday we will be talking with Coach Karen, and Thursday we'll be talking with Robin Shimizu and friends regarding happy, healthy habits. So we hope you'll tune in. Friday, we talk tech and English. So with that, we just want to thank you. We want to remind you that Biz Chicks does have a workshop coming up. We'll be talking to you about that. And you can contact us if you want to know more. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.